Mino Raiola has sadly passed away at the age of 54, obviously very young, and obviously he's really famous as a football agent, representing some of the biggest names in world football: Pogba, Haaland, Ibrahimovic, just to name a few. Um, and he's obviously Italian, but he started off in Holland as a pizza chef, where he met Zlatan Ibrahimovic and used his knowledge of various languages. So he was a very clever man to broker a deal and take players from Holland to Italy. I know that he was involved in the Brian Roy deal, and he obviously then went global and has signed a number of like amazing young players. I think he's got Delict, Donnarumma, Mario Balotelli, and he's had run-ins with Sir Alex Ferguson, Pep Guardiola, and Jurgen Klopp. Um, and he extraordinarily earned 41 million pounds commission from the Man United purchase of Paul Pogba, which was an unbelievable amount of money. And in a way, I think he was a right pain in the ass for the clubs, but you kind of respect him. I think he was a really straight talking guy. I don't think he really cared that people thought he was greedy. And I don't think he really cared that people judged him. And probably, um, if you really, if you really want to like be balanced about it, he's probably pushed up players' salaries more than any single factor. He's probably been responsible for huge wage rises. I know for a fact that Haaland was touted around Europe last season, and I know that they wanted 900 grand a week for him. £900,000 a week for a football player is unbelievable, really. I know that Chelsea bought Lukaku instead because they didn't want to pay that. But there is actually like a little quote here from Simon Stone, BBC reporter, and he said, "I was once chatting with Raiola about Raiola to a club executive, and he said he's an absolute nightmare. But the executive reflected the following, and this says a lot. But if I ever needed someone to negotiate a pay rise for me, I would want him to do it." So there was obviously a grudging respect that he played hardball. He was unapologetic about it. Um, and he criticised clubs. He's criticised Manchester United. And obviously, your statesmen of the game don't like the confrontation. And other agents are just not like that. Like your George Mendes, you never hear from him. Jonathan Barnett, who's got Gareth Bale, you don't hear from them. Whereas Raiola held court quite a lot of the times, and he had strong opinions about football governance and about how players should be sort of remunerated. And in a way, I think his players loved him. I really do. I think that um, even he had Lukaku. Lukaku split from him, but he even brokered the deal to bring Lukaku from Everton to Manchester United. And yeah, young man. And what can you say? I mean, I've not been his biggest fan, but in a way, if I flip it on its head, I understand football's a short career, and what he's looking to do is to maximise the wages that footballers get. One thing I will say is that it's often not in the best interest of the players just to move for money, and that's obviously something which you can't really argue with. But I think that for his 54 years on the planet, he's had an amazing life. To come from a pizza chef to teach himself all these languages, I believe he spoke like a number of like maybe four or five languages, and to pull himself up from just working in a family business to being like hugely wealthy and hugely influential in football, he must have had something. There was a story with Brian Roy. I think Brian Roy went from Ajax to, or maybe not even Ajax. Brian Roy played for Nottingham Forest. I think he went to like Brescia or somewhere like that. And I believe that Raiola brokered the deal, got his commission, but he actually lived with Brian Roy in Italy. Got him a car, spoke Italian, sorted out got him an accountant, sorted out all this stuff. So behind the scenes, I think Raiola was like a brilliant person to work with. I think that he really, really looks after his players, and as a result, like the players are with him, and yeah, so amazing life. Yeah, sad for his family. So rest in peace, Raiola. An interesting life and an interesting person. Young as well to die. So really sad, actually. Really sad.